going on, everybody? Paul Tech here. So today I want to talk about a specific device which I tend to always come back to. No matter what devices do come out that I do review, I tend to come back to this specific device. The device I'm talking about is this right here, the Samsung Galaxy S5. Now, I actually have two Samsung Galaxy S5s. I just really enjoy using this device. Now, this device is not a perfect device. There are things about this device which I feel that could have been a lot better or improved on this S5. But there are some key elements about this device which does draw me back to it each and every time. So I'm going to point those out in this video. So this device was released in 2014. This was Samsung's flagship device of 2014. Now, take a look at this case that I do have on it right here. So this is a really nice looking leather case, and the thing that is special about this specific case is it does have wireless charging capabilities with this case. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S5 was not released with wireless charging, but if you get this case, you do get wireless charging. So I got my charging pad here. I'll place it on it and go ahead and show you. And then, as you can see there, the device is charging wirelessly now. So that's pretty neat. I like that. That's one thing I do like about this case. As you can see, the green LED light is blinking. That means this device is charging. So that is something that I really wanted in a device, was wireless charging. So I was able to get that, so it did take care of it, and I actually really like this case. It is a fingerprint magnet. There's not a whole lot of function behind this case. This is the S-View window, or the S-View case, the S5. And again, not a whole lot you can do with this case. You can get quick access to your camera with this case. You can actually take a picture, as you can see there. It can actually enable flash, disable flash with this case. So again, there's not a whole lot of functionality with this case. You are able to use a camera. You are able to you can select items with this case. So camera shortcut, weather, pedometer, that's basically it. And then you just got quick access to your camera, and then you can actually change the window here, wallpaper to your liking. So you can customize this part, and that's basically it. But the main function of this case is to provide the wireless charging, and it does offer a really nice kind of leather back to your S5 here. So that's one thing I really do like about this case, so I just wanted to point that out. Now, opening up the device here, the display is really, really nice. That is one thing that I do like about this device, the S5. It does have a really nice 1080p display, 5.1 inch display, and it actually looks really nice. It's Super AMOLED display, so everything just kind of pops. The blacks are really black. I just really like the way it looks. So that's one thing that really drew my attention to the S5, especially in 2014 when it was released, was the 1080p display. Another thing I want to mention is, I'll go ahead and turn off the device, is the removable back you do have on this. So you are able to remove the back on your Samsung Galaxy S5, which actually gives you access to your battery here. And this is a removable battery. You can pop this out once the battery does die, and then you can actually pop in a 2800 milliamp battery. So if this battery dies, you have spare batteries on hand. I actually have 3 batteries for this device, as you can see here. So I do got the charging cradle for the Samsung S5 here. So I honestly have 3 Samsung batteries. So to be honest with you, I never run out of battery life on this device. I mean, maybe this battery will die, but I have a spare battery on hand, and then I got a third battery ready to be popped into the S5. So that's just another great reason. The Samsung Galaxy S6, great device. I did own that. I did sell it and I did get rid of it because of the battery. Even though it did have quick charging, the fact that I can't swap out this battery in seconds for a 100% charged battery right here, that to me made everything else about that device, even though that device was great camera, great screen, but the battery life was so terrible in the S6, I got rid of it and I went back to my S5 just because of the removable battery, and I can just swap it at any point in time. So that's a great option that you do have with the S5. Also to mention is micro SD expansion. Now this does have 16 gigabytes of internal memory, but you also get access to a micro SD slot. Now I know the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge did come out with that, which is great. The S6 didn't, but that's one of the reasons I do come back to the S5 is for this reason right here. I can have expandable memory on the Samsung Galaxy S5. So just another reason that I prefer using, and I tend to come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5. And as well as I haven't had any type of battery issues with this device. This device doesn't get hot on me. It doesn't warm up to a point where it feels like it's just way too hot to handle. It actually handles very well internally with the S5. So I just want to point that out. Another thing which I tend to always come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5 is the camera. The camera is a 16 megapixel camera. It does have the LED flash. It does have the heart rate sensor on it. That's one of the big reasons I do come back to this device is because of the camera. The camera is great. It's good. It's not the best out there. It's not better than the S7 Edge, but it is a really good camera. 16 megapixels. You do get the heart rate sensor right there, and you do get your flash. But I'm telling you, the camera is really good. There's actually a whole lot of options in the camera settings here. I'll go ahead and show you the different modes. You actually do have here auto, beauty face, panorama, virtual tour, shot and more, dual camera. So that's one of the reasons. Let me jump into settings here and let me show you all the different settings that this device has. Burst shot, low light detection, face detection, video stabilization, recording mode here. You get slow motion, fast motion, smooth motion, different effects to choose from. So as you can see there is just a lot of variety in the settings department in the S5 for the camera. So another reason why I come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5 is that rear facing camera. I won't talk too much about the front facing camera, but I'm more focused on the rear facing camera. It is actually really excellent in my opinion. So that's just another reason why I come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5. Okay, so something else I want to talk about is the processor on this device. It has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 clocked at 2.46 gigahertz. Now I have not had any type of issues with this device with it overheating, getting super hot. I know Samsung devices right now are being known for having some battery issues, some internal issues. But let me tell you, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, no issues in the past 2 years using this device. Since it's been released in 2014, no issues whatsoever. So the processor for me has been great. I can only speak on my experience. I can't speak on other people's experience with their S5. But for me, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 has been perfectly fine. Now this does have 4 cores. Let me go ahead and jump to display. Again, 1080 by 1920 display is excellent. I love the way it looks. Super AMOLED, looks super good. So that's just another reason is the processor on this. I have had no issues whatsoever. Now, another great thing about the Samsung Galaxy S5, it can actually keep up with all the latest games out there. Whether it's Asphalt 8, Pokemon Go, as you can see here. The good thing about this device, it does have a gyroscope with this device. So you do get a gyroscope, and of course, don't play Pokemon Go driving, people. So it does have the gyroscope. You are able to play Pokemon Go with no problem. Catch your Pokemon. There's no issues with that whatsoever. The gyroscope works really well. And not to mention the fact that this has a removable back, and you can pop in a battery at any point in time. If you're down on battery life, grab a battery, pop it in, and you're back to 100% charge in seconds. So to me, this is kind of the ultimate Pokemon Go experience, because you can have a 4,000 milliamp battery in a device, but as soon as that battery dies, what are you going to do? You're going to have to hook yourself up to a charger, to a wall outlet, and start charging your device. This one dies, as you can see here, it's at 70% right now. So if this dies, the only thing I have to do is grab this battery right here and then just swap it out. That's all I got to do. Put it back into my charging cradle right there, and I am ready to go, 100% charge. So again, another great reason about using the Samsung Galaxy S5. Okay, so the last thing I do want to point out about using a Samsung Galaxy S5 is the fact that it is IP67 certified. So what that means, it's dust and water resistant, and it's water resistant up to 1 meter and 30 minutes. So basically I can be outdoors. If it starts raining, say I'm playing Pokemon Go outside, it starts raining, I don't have to worry about my device getting damaged because it is IP67 certified. So this device is going to survive the rain, drop in a puddle. I guess some people do drop their phones in the toilet. This device will survive because of that IP67 certification on this. So dust, water resistant, it's going to be perfectly fine. So, you know, those are just a couple reasons why I like using my Samsung Galaxy S5. That's why I tend to come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5. I don't know, I guess you can call this video the, Samsung Galaxy S5 in 2016. Because honestly, this device is still good. So even though Marshmallow does offer doze, I'm not too concerned about having doze on this because I have 3 batteries in total. So I don't need to, I'm not too concerned about battery life. It's not a super huge issue because I got 3 batteries on hand. So this device is going to last me through the day, 2 days. It's going to last me because I got 3 batteries. Take out the back and just swap out the battery at any point in time. Wireless charging now with this device. So honestly, this device has a lot going for it. Again, it's not a perfect device. I know there was a lot of issues with the Samsung Galaxy S5. The fingerprint scanner, for one, is really not good at all. I'll admit it. I don't even use a fingerprint scanner. But it's okay because, there's other ways of using security features for your device other than a fingerprint scanner. So for me, it's not a big issue if I have a fingerprint scanner or if I don't have a fingerprint scanner. So, half the time on my Galaxy S6 when I did own it, I didn't even use a fingerprint scanner. But yeah, that was just a quick video of why I tend to come back to the Samsung Galaxy S5. Again, 5.1 inch display, really good one-handed operation on this device is just another reason I tend to come back to this device. It's not super big. Again, 5.1 inch, you can maneuver through the screen one-handed, no problems whatsoever. And yeah, I absolutely, for me, I absolutely love the Samsung Galaxy S5. To me, it's still a good, solid device, even in 2016, being 2 years old. I mean, just look at the build of this, the quality. It's actually withstood very well over the past 2 years. No issues with it whatsoever. But of course, I do keep mine in a case, so, So, yeah, this is Paul Tech. This is my S5 in 2016. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.